King Charles III and his wife Queen Camilla will undertake the first Maundy service of the new reign on Thursday. The custom, held annually on the Thursday before Easter Sunday, sees the monarch distribute special money, known as Maundy money, to local pensioners during a service commemorating Jesus washing the feet of the apostles at the Last Supper. While it was previously only held in London, Queen Elizabeth II decided the money should be distributed across the UK. During her 70-year reign, the late Queen presented Maundy money at every Anglican cathedral in England. Last year, Charles and Camilla stood in for Her Majesty for the first time. They distributed the money at York Minster, where the service will be held this week for the second year in a row. Ahead of the King and Queen's historic engagement, Express.co.uk takes a look back at the history of Maundy Thursday and its significance to the royal family. What is the history of Maundy Thursday? The day marks a Christian holiday celebrating the night of the Last Supper, the final Passover meal Jesus shared with his disciples before being crucified. Jesus is believed to have washed his disciples' feet and commanded them to do the same for each other. According to the Bible, Jesus said, "A new command I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another. By this everyone will know that you are my disciples if you love one another." It was from this act that Maundy Thursday got its name. In modern times, the tradition has been adopted by religious leaders, like the Pope, who wash and kiss the feet of church members. Maundy Thursday also marks the end of Lent, the 6-day period leading up to Easter, which commemorates the 40 days Jesus spent fasting in the desert and enduring temptation by Satan. Prince Harry's visit to London was to test waters ahead of King Charles' coronation. Prince Harry's arrival at the High Court this week may have been intended to test the waters with the British public before the Duke and Duchess of Sussex decided to attend King Charles's coronation, a royal expert has said. However, royal commentator Hilary Fordwich said she believes the Sussexes are facing a lose-lose situation as a result of the fallout from their Netflix series and Harry's memoir, Spare, both of which contained stinging criticism of the British royals, including allegations of racism, and could even be booed. What are the origins of the service? While the service dates back to 600 AD, the first recorded royal distribution was at Knaresborough, North Yorkshire, by King John in 1210. In keeping with the Christian custom, the service involved the reigning monarch giving money to the poor and washing their feet. In the 18th century, the tradition of feet washing ended with James II. In the decades that followed, gifts were given from the monarch instead, with the number of recipients tracking the sovereign's age. At this point, the monarch no longer attended the service. And it wasn't until the early 20th century that members of the royal family began to occasionally make an appearance. King George V attended only once during his reign. King Edward VIII made the distribution in 1936, the year of his accession and abdication, and King George VI, who succeeded that same year, did not attend until 1940, and then not again until 1944. Role of Queen Elizabeth II. Her late Majesty first attended the Royal Maundy service in 1935 as Princess Elizabeth of York. During her long reign, Queen Elizabeth was only absent from the service 5 times, twice following childbirth, twice because she was visiting other parts of the Commonwealth, and last year because of her ongoing health and mobility issues. The 2020 and 2021 services were cancelled due to the COVID pandemic. The gifts to the chosen recipients were sent by post after being blessed at the Chapel Royal. dedicated Christian, she viewed the service as an important part of her devotional life. It marked the only occasion she visited others to make awards, as recipients of honors usually came to her. And unlike previous monarchs, who directed that the service be held close to home for their own convenience, the late Queen instructed that the service not be held in London more often than once in 10 years. Therefore, every year, the monarch would travel to cathedrals and abbeys around the UK to give gifts to local people. The Maundy money is given as an act of charity, now to pensioners as a recognition of their service to their churches and communities. In keeping with the long-standing tradition, the Queen would distribute Maundy money according to the number of years she has lived. And these special coins have remained almost exactly the same since 1670. During the service, Queen Elizabeth would also hold a bouquet of flowers and herbs that would typically be given as a gift. What will happen at today's service? This year, the service will be held at York Minster for the second time in a row. The late Queen distributed the royal Maundy at the Yorkshire Cathedral on 2 occasions, first on March 30, 1972, and again on April 5, 2012, during her Diamond Jubilee year. Charles distributed the Maundy money last year, marking the first time he had done so. Don't miss the 2 other Windsors who fled to the US before Meghan and Harry. Latest poll: do you support Queen Camilla dropping consort from her title? Poll: Diana's savage move puts strain on her and Fergie's friendship. Insight: on Thursday, Charles will present the special coins for the first time as monarch. He will distribute the gift to 74 men and 74 women, representative of his age, as thanks for their help in their local communities. Buckingham Palace said the Maundy money will be given to thank them for their outstanding Christian service and for making a difference to the lives of people in their local communities. A statement read, "Recipients are selected from Church of England dioceses across the country, and Anglican and ecumenical partners across the UK. King Charles will present recipients with a red purse and a white purse. The former will contain commemorative coins, and the latter a set of minted silver Maundy coins valued to the age of the king." According to the palace, the red purse will contain 2 commemorative coins, symbolizing the sovereign's historic gift of food and clothing, and, this year, one will celebrate His Majesty's forthcoming 75th birthday and the other will commemorate the 75th anniversary of the Windrush generation. While there, Their Majesties will also formally open the New York Minster Refectory restaurant, with the King unveiling a plaque to mark the historic visit. Their visit will come 5 months after Charles paid a moving tribute to his mother as he unveiled a statue in her honor at York Minster. The likeness had initially been commissioned as a celebration of the Queen's Platinum Jubilee but instead marked the first since her death in September. Now, as we have witnessed, with great sadness, the passing of that train, it is unveiled in her memory, as a tribute to a life of extraordinary service and devotion, the King said at the time. In a particularly touching moment, Charles said the statue will now watch over the residents of York, as the Queen had done throughout her life. Now, the late monarch will do so as her eldest son continues one of her most treasured legacies.
my mother. Now tell